All right, folks. Wednesday morning, we're back at it a little bit here. It's a beautiful day. The wind isn't blowing 100 miles an hour. Here's the 400. We got the one tire. We got the one side done. This side, all we got to do is change the tire. Should be a lot simpler. Some other stuff here. I got this wheel painted yesterday, put the last coat on it. It's a tail wheel for an Oliver plow that should be viewing sometime in the future. I don't know. There's our new tire that's going to go on. There's our deflated tube to go in. The air is still coming out of the old tire. Because the wind isn't blowing, we're going to change the oil in my old Buick today because it's due for that, and don't like to change oil when the wind's howling. So, good time to do it. Popped the hood this morning and remembered that we need to replace the struts on the hood. So, we're using my torque amplifier for the 3/4 drive ratchet to hold the hood up. I've got some of my tools of mass destruction here. We'll get the vacuum out of the way. These old tires don't have a dismounting notch like these nice new ones do. So once I get going, I'll show you how I do that. Okay. Yeah, looks like we got a fairly good shot there. I'm going to film a little bit of this to show you how I do this. Hopefully you can see some of it. In addition to changing the oil in the Buick and maybe rotating the tires, if we get this 400 off the concrete a little bit here after a while, a buddy of mine's got some waterways he needs seeded, and so later on I'm going to put the all-crop drill on one of my WDs and get that ready to go for this weekend. And yeah, let's get started. Okay, so this is a little crude, I'm not going to lie to you, but it's effective. I just get a couple of cold chisels and drive in there and push that bead over enough that we can get this fancy Harbor Freight, Amazon, wherever I got it, bead breaker on there, and it does a good job. Well, that went better than it normally does. They recommend that you do not use an impact wrench on these. There's a roll pin, which looks to be about half broken already from using this ratchet, so we may have to stop and fix that before the day's over. Not a big deal. Get our friendly little hammer here. Well, it looks like we're not saving that tube because somebody's an idiot. Tore the stem right off. You can get replacement valve stems for these tubes, and I just may try that. Never done it before, but I think maybe this tube is viable for that experiment. All right, that's the process. We're gonna go back into time warp mode while we do the other side.
Boy, my idiocy just shines right through in this video. And it's kind of amazing. When you're not recording, you kind of forget some of these little minor details. But when it's on the film, it's hard to forget. Tearing that valve stem off was a real bonehead move. And then coming up, you'll see when it takes me 3 bites at the apple to get the new tire mounted. If you can't make fun of yourself, though, I don't know. You probably shouldn't be doing this.
All right, well, we're back. Tires off. That old tube that came out that I mentioned maybe trying the replacement stem on trick, well, that had already been done. It had several other patches. Looked like it came over on the Mayflower, so that's just gonna be scrap. Buddy of mine wants that tire. I'm gonna give it to him. I don't have any qualms with that. He's got a lot of red tractors. It might save his bacon someday. If it'll help him out, that's what I'm about here. This rim is a little bit rustier than the other one was. I mean, it's not bad by any stretch, but I'm gonna have to get a little more aggressive with the wire brushing. So I've got a 4-inch grinder with a 2-inch brush, actually, and I'm gonna brush it with that. And I thought that before I started putting a ton of dust in the air, even though the wind is in my favor for this, I would finish the oil change on the Buick and get it out of here so we didn't contaminate it. I don't know, this is not going to be real exciting, I suppose, so we're going to go back to time warp mode. I kind of like that. I hope you do too. That stupid insurance salesman guy kind of distracted me, and I forgot to turn the radio off for the last segment, so that may be totally garbage. Anyway, put a little primer on this rim. I painted it a little more than I intended. That's just kind of the way that goes. While the paint was drying, I went and got some stuff out of the shed so that we can get that drill on the little WD after lunch here. And of course, it got about one out of the starter, and so battery's charging right now. Long story short, haven't had to buy a lot of batteries yet this year. You got this many old stuff. I mean, buying batteries just part of life. I don't even get excited about it. So anyway, I'm gonna mount this tire. Hopefully I get that done before lunch. Got some deer loin I'm gonna cook, some brats, and it ought to be good. Anyway, back to Time Warp. All right, not going to say I'm exactly proud of what I just did. I do have the tire on the rim. That's good. I started out with the valve stem in a bad position, apparently, and it was going to pinch the hell out of the tube. So I kind of had to take it back off, and I repositioned, and then I didn't reposition my start point, so it did it again. So apparently I need 3 swings at most anything to get it right. But anyway, it's on there. I am going to leave it there and go make lunch. Okay, so we're back at it again. The WD is, the battery's charging. Looks like it should probably start. There's the all-crop drill. We'll get this hooked up and ready to go for the weekend later on. I don't know. Maybe we just go for a little walk and over here is one of my many plows. This is a 565 Oliver 516. That tail wheel is what the rim is going to get a new tire put on. Just some more random junk. And we're kind of headed back toward the 400 Farmall project. So once we get there, I'll get you set up and probably time warp, because all we're really doing now is inflating the tire, and then we got to let it back down. Since there was some question as to whether I may have pinched that tube or not, it's gonna stay on this jack stand tonight. Because I found one flat one time, and that is no fun.
Well, I guess we're going to have to finish this video like this. Last spring when I was experimenting with the GoPro, I got a little frustrated because the batteries weren't lasting very good, and I just kind of quit filming what I was doing. I got busy trying to get crops in the field and, you know, all that stuff, and never got a good ending to this. I did not pinch the tube on that tire, so that was good. It was still solid, and I don't think I've even done more than just adjust the pressure to make sure it was right, because it was probably kind of high after seating the beads. I took that tractor to the Mid-Iowa Antique Power Association show in August, and it doesn't show in the video, but if you've seen the equipment tour videos, I put 3 sets of solid weights on the back on each side and a set of bolster weights on the front. And it also it's got new 750/16 Carlisle, I believe, on the front, rubber that I put on it. Those 16.9s, man, they grip the soil. I plowed with, it's just a 314 Model 70 plow, but I never got the depth really set right on that. It was plowing about 10 inches deep, and it pulled really hard. I mean really hard. But the tires, man, they just, yeah, they have bite like you can't believe. Anyway, I'm, still working on learning how to do these videos and some of the effects and what have you. It'll get better as we go along, and thanks for watching.